Okay. Yeah, I think we're good to go. All right, GladrapChannel. You're with Andrei Mikhailovich.
Yep.
What do you go by now? What's your? Do you still go by the Russian or?
Just the Russian, Renegade, anything really. Just Andrei. I'm happy with just Andrei. It's just who I am. Yeah.
Andrei, so I saw you in there today, sparring heavy rounds with Jerome, Pampellone, Dave Light, just non-stop. And then next to you was Miyamoto training for her fight that she got next week in the brand new Peach Boxing Gym. Describe what's happening.
Well, I think with the new gym and everything, it's really cool because we started with nothing, you know, and to be a part of it. It's funny because me and Dave were talking about this yesterday when I run about how we started with just like a 5x5 garage, and we're out in the rain and everything. We was just all about hard work, and just to see where we've come individually and like holistically has been like really cool. Today, I think this was like I've done maybe 44 rounds of sparring this week. So today it was just like, for me, it was just trying to stay sharp and just more focus on defense and enjoy it instead of like trying to kill everybody, because boxing's not always about trying to hurt everybody, you know. I think I'm learning that with maturity. Yeah, it's just nice to be a part of a big family and gym, and you know, yeah, it's good. It's very good. I'm excited. It's just cool to be a part of it all.
You know, I thought I would have seen you on the undercard of the Junior Fa Joseph Parker fight. Any reason why you weren't, or are you sort of taking a bit of a backseat just with the family, or?
Backseat with family, no. Oh well, yeah, I've had another baby born in that.
Congratulations, by the way.
Mr. Arturo. Yeah, named after Arturo Gatti. Why wasn't on that card? Oh, there's no reason. Like, I think that card was booked up, and you know, it was what it was. I wasn't offended. I didn't really mind. I was just excited that we were a few of the Peach Boys. You know, no, it's not all about me, but when it is about me, it's big about me. You know,
yeah, I like that one.
It's like, you know, like my next fight's main event at the Sky City Theatre.
That's right, P3.
You know, I'm not on like the undercard or anything, you know, and like all the cards I'm a part of, you know, besides that Parker card, it's all good. Like, you know, I fought in the David Light versus Mus card, which was, you know, it was a phenomenal card, man, and you know, it's all good. Like, it was a cool card to watch, but I was just, you know, happy that a few of the boys were on there, and David was commentating in that. It was really cool. Yeah.
Tell us a bit about, you know, your upcoming fight, P3, Sky City. This is the second time you're headlining. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm fighting Shay Brock, which, you know, he's a good fighter, has a lot of heart, and has fought some real credible opposition, you know. So you got to respect him, and I respect him. I'm taking him very, very seriously. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the show. I can't wait just to feel the energy and to walk out, and you know, I'm really excited. I've been doing a lot of work in the gym and varying up what I do, and not, you know, always just trying to like fucking, with a lack of better of term, just try and fuck everybody up. I'm actually trying to have a rifle instead of just bullets now. So I don't know, I'm just really excited with where I am, and I've just really enjoyed the process of actually training and all that, and I'm really keeping good track of my training, and I'm, you know, you can really see from like January to February to now, like how I've just gotten better and better and better. And you know, we're doing a lot of like partner work at the moment, and like when I'm saying I've done like 44 rounds of like sparring, it's not fucking let's go to fucking war. It's, I don't know, some rounds I'll be like open hand, like just throwing the jab, evading. Me and Dave do a lot of that kind of stuff, and then I don't know, it's just the kids. Sometimes the kids try and take my head off, and I'm just looking at being sharp and staying in there with them, and you know, just watching what they're doing. And yeah, it's cool, man. It's really cool.
You know, you just said a quote, the rifle instead of bullets. Where do you think that mind frame has come from? Is it just maturity, or is it more, you want to be more careful these days?
There was one event. I got my ass kicked by Dave at the start of the year, and I was pretty upset about it. And I was like, man, I need to make some changes, because first of all, I'm a dad now, and I want to think about longevity in boxing, because I've always been like a real arsehole in the gym when I spar. I just want to take everybody's head off and get punched, just be the toughest. Boxing, you know, the tough guys don't last in boxing, you know. And, you know, my job is to hit and not get hit. That's what boxing is. This isn't fucking... Even though I want to be an entertainer and be interesting to watch, I think that will come with, like, my ability more so than just, like, my youthful exuberance and arrogance, which I'm not necessarily an arrogant person, but there's a time and a place for everything. But I'm just excited because I've been working on my actual ability, and I found that I've been lacking in a few areas. Because, I can punch and all that, but I am a hard puncher, but I haven't got any one-punch knockouts. It's because I'm so focused on trying to hurt everybody or trying to hit everybody all the time that, I was never actually getting the shots off properly. So I think you're going to see, a more improved Andrei. And, of course, I've had kids and that, and with that is, I want to be around for them when I'm older, and I want to be someone in their life. I don't want to, get hurt or something like that, But this is a hurt business, and you have to be willing to hurt. And you have to be willing to get hurt. You have to be able to take punches. So, but when it comes fight night, when it comes time, I'll go to death. And that was pretty evident when I fought Marcus, because I had done a real shit weight cut, and it was my first time making super welterweight, and I was on weight probably 3 days before. So you lose 10 kilos, you're on weight 3 days before, and even sparring during that camp, I was really weak during sparring. And I'd been sparring Bowyn Morgan in that, and I wasn't feeling 100% myself. But I always backed myself, and I always knew I could beat Marcus. And but I think it was 2 or 3 rounds into it, I ran out of steam, and just had to guts it out and just show what I'm made of. I think I don't know. Sometimes there's a perception that people may think I'm just a pretty boy or I'm this and that. But I've gotten a bit older. I've done shit with my life, and I'm a man. I'm a young man, and I can, if it needs be, I can go. I can go to the real deep waters and swim. So I'm happy to know I can do that. But I've always been able to do it. But it's just good to be able to actually show up. But yeah.
So you fight with Shaye Brock. I mean, Shaye is well known in NZ. He's been in some wars. He's. I think he's coming out of. I mean, he hasn't fought in a while. No, but
he fought, last year, he fought Jesse Nakora last year.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and then he fought Marcus, I think, a couple months.
What do you know about Shaye?
Shay's all good. I haven't seen him in years. Without lying, I haven't seen him in years. But when I first turned pro, or when I was first turning pro, I sparred with him a bit. Even after my first pro fight, I remember going to his gym and sparring him, and I sparred Jerome Pascua the week before I fought Jerome Pascua, because they didn't know, his opponent pulled out, so I jumped in and bet him. But
that was a scrap as well.
Yeah. Shaye as a person's nice. Yeah. Everyone I've fought are really nice people, but this is the hurt business, and my job is to go in there and do a job, and that's it.
When you get into the ring, do you talk to your opponents? Do you verbally communicate sometimes?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a fight, so I'm gonna fight them, and how the fight's going is I just say what I need to say and do what I need to do. You got to remember, a fight is a fight. Sometimes you have to get down and dirty. Sometimes you have to be a bit crisper. Just on the night, it is what it is, man. But hopefully in this fight, you're actually gonna see my full repertoire, so to speak. You're not just gonna see a rough and tough, just swinging and missing and stuff like that. It'll be look real clean and sharp and look like a really nice, clean boxer. Because that's, my memoir, or I forgot what the word is, but there's my thing, the banner that I see every day I train is best boxer ever.
Mission statement? Or?
Yeah, that's it. My mission statement when I walk into the gym is to be the best boxer ever now. It's not to be the hardest in the gym. Because being the hardest in the gym is, I've done that. I've been in so many wars, with Dave, Jerome, Moss, countless fighters. I just slug it out with them. And it looks cool, and it's a war in that. But when you start to think about, man, those punches will take its toll eventually, and not everything is about getting punched in the face. I've got a good chin, man. I can take a punch, I can give a punch, but I just want to be in the sport a long time. I don't want to be done by 30. I've seen a lot of fighters be done by 30. I've seen a lot of fighters come and go and stuff like that. So I'd rather just take my time and just learn my craft and be the best that I can be, because like I said, man, you can have all the bullets in the world, but if that rifle wasn't working properly, there's no point fucking doing it, so.
And it's like Mayweather, right? The reason the guy's been in the sport for so long, because he hasn't taken much damage, right? And he's able to make these business decisions and make,
Well, I think with Mayweather, everyone says business decisions with him. I think it was Al Heyman that did all his business decisions. Mayweather was just think about a racehorse, right? Mayweather's a pride racehorse, okay? But who's behind the racehorse? The trainer, the manager. The manager dictates what race he's running in, what track, how he's looking, what he's feeding. The trainer's training the horse. So he's just a racehorse, okay? It's the guy behind the scenes, Al Heyman, you know? So I kind of get annoyed with Mayweather saying, oh, he's a great businessman. He's a great promoter.
Good salesperson, yeah, good entertainer.
Yeah, but businessman, like, you know, I don't know Mayweather. I'm sure no one in New Zealand knows Mayweather that well, so it's sort of like speculating when people say that, and that kind of like annoys me a little bit, but he might be, but I just think there's a little bit more to it. It's like, you know, like you got to kind of think of a fighter as like a child. You're raising a child, and it takes a village to raise a child. Like I can speak for that because I got 2 kids. It's not just me and my missus raising my child. It's, you know, we got a whole community around us that's like helping us and giving us guidance, and we've got some very lucky. We're lucky to have some very supportive people in our lives. So, you know, it takes my missus. I don't know. I just want to say something that's important because I know my missus will watch this. Is my missus? I'm away from Monday to Friday. I'm away from the house for from 7 in the morning till like 7:30 at night, pretty much every day. And every day except Saturdays. So I'm never home during the week because I work and then I train and all that stuff, right? She's the real OG here. Like she is such a great mum to the children, and is the most, you know, calm, patient mum. So I really respect that in her. But my parents also help out. Her parents live in Vanuatu and that, but they're always so supportive. Her sister Red and everything. So we're lucky, very lucky. But yeah, fighter. Going back to what I was saying, raising a professional fighter is, you know, takes a community. Like think about Jerome. Jerome's just turned pro, right?
Yeah.
But bro, Jerome he was a special fighter, man. He's in the amateurs, and even Dave. Like all of us were raised together. We're all brothers. We all came from like me and Dave turned pro around the same time. Jay was always been an amazing amateurs, just turned pro. But we're all brothers, and we all grew up together, taught each other stuff. So we're basically siblings in this gym. But there's more to it. There's also Aaron, Mia. Heaps of fighters. Like this whole gym is stacked with really good fighters, and I'm lucky to be a part of it all.
Yeah, even Sesi seems really very different. Like very serious now. He's very organized.
Ses is a mean backbone in the gym.
Yeah.
Takes because when you got talented fighters in the gym, it takes more than just one trainer. Because Isaac is an amazing trainer, but he needs help obviously. And then Boaz is an amazing trainer, and Ses and Alina, and that all 4 of them like really just work and mesh together to like get the best out of us. You know, so it's really awesome.
You know, just talking about just thinking about, you know, when you said Bowyn Morgan, you know, Bowyn recently he went to Australia and he had a fight with Tsyzu, and, you know, unfortunately that ended in a first round knockout. Just what are your thoughts on, you know, on that happening? And I don't know if you shed some light on that. Like, have you been in there with Tsyzu? Have you?
I don't even know Tsyzu. I know who he is, but I don't know him personally. What are my thoughts on that? Sorry, my missus.
Yeah, it was just because
what?
Bowyn is one of the best, you know, in NZ, and then to see him go there and just sort of get dismantled like that was just I don't know.
Bro, to be great, you have to do great things, and you know he took a leap of faith, and you got to give him credit for doing that, you know. But it just wasn't his night, and that's it. I'm not really going to comment on that because I like Bowyn, and you know I just wish Bowyn all the best with whatever he does. So it is what it is, you know. I'm sure. He was disappointed and wants to amend what went wrong and stuff like that, and I'm sure he's working hard. As we speak, probably right now, he's probably in the gym working his ass off. So, but you gotta like, bro, he's like 20-2 or something like that, 21-2. So it was just one moment in time for him, you know. He's won silver at the Commonwealth Games. He's done a lot as a boxer. So just to be like, oh, this and that, bro, he just had an off night, and that's all it was to it. So that's what it is. And I have off nights as a pro. Yeah. I've had 14 fights. I can probably name like maybe like 2, 3, 1, maybe 4 fights where I wasn't 100% on, but I still won.
Is it tough for a fighter to bounce back after something like that?
It's never happened to me, so I don't know.
Yeah.
What about being a dick? I don't know. I guess. Look, it's the makeup of the man. All right. What substance has he got? I guess. Because, you know, I haven't lost yet, so I don't know how I'd react. And I'm hoping I'd react with like a more hungrier fucking version of myself. But it's for me, I feel like every fight I'm getting hungrier and hungrier and hungrier. Because, I'm chasing that coin and the titles, man. That's what I'm doing. So, I don't know. Well, the only way I can really relate is to my fight with Marcus. Personally, I took that as a loss. Personally. It's not my record, but personally. Because, there was, that was the worst performance. That was a pretty good fight. As a fan, I was like, that's a great fight to watch. But me and how I felt in that fight and the feeling and the energy in that fight, even just, my attitude in that was not great, I don't think. I trained hard for that. I trained really hard, but just with how I fucked the weight up and I didn't really warm up properly or anything. And, and I don't know, I took Marcus seriously. And I knew it was going to be a hard fight, but I don't know, I think there was a lot of factors that played into that fight. It was my first time headlining on Sky Sport. Was fighting at a lower weight class, which I'd never done at super welterweight before. And Marcus is a good fighter, man, so I take that personally as an L. So I felt like I had to rebound, and I had to rebuild after that. And I did, and then I fought Dylan, the fight after that, and went all right. I reckon last year was a very average year for me. I had 3 fights, and I went all right, but, I didn't really showcase what I did. And a lot of that was, maybe I feel like last year I had a lack of motivation, almost, with, COVID coming, and, I really thought it was my breakout year to go overseas and that. And, I was still training in that, but just, even Isaac said to me, you need to get back that old motivation and that, and maybe that's what I needed, and I needed to have a few average fights where I didn't feel like my best to really go, I need to make some changes. And I made a lot of changes this year in terms of my training and my preparation. I'm taking it very, 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 training is everything to me, and fighting is everything to me. Nothing comes before training, and before I was a bit too relaxed, I think, with training and that. I've always been talented, but now I'm like, you know what, just because people say you're a puncher doesn't mean shit. You need to actually work on shit and actually be a better fighter now. And that's the changes I've made, just mental. All of it's just mental. Physically, I'm always going to be physically strong and fast and all that, but mentally, I've had to make a lot of changes. And there's after the fight, I've got some things I'll share, but I won't talk about it now. But the changes are pretty good, and I'm very proud of what I've done. So. That's why I'm saying you're going to expect to see the best out of me in my next fight.
When you're headlining and it's going to be on Sky Sport and stuff for this next one, do you plan the entrance? Do you plan the music? Do you plan the costume? Do you focus on that at all, or just the fight?
Well, my costume.
Sorry, not the costume. What's
my outfit.
Yeah, sorry.
My outfit is planned before because it gets ordered from overseas, so I have to plan that. But everything on the night. Obviously I have my game plan and my but on the night it's different because I turn into a beast. I allow myself to be a motherfucker in there.
Do you backstage when you're about to get in? Do you like it if people come up to you and talk to you and say, hey, good luck? Or do you like to? What kind of personality are you? Do you just like to be left alone, just with your coach, or?
I like it when the people from the gym are in the changing room.
Got it.
Yeah, because for instance, Jay, Dave, Isaac, they've seen me through blood, sweat, and tears, so I'm comfortable with them. Ses, But if it's people that are my friends, or they're just friends, or good friends, or whatever, family, that's not, I need to be with my gym my family, my gym family. I need to be with them because they brought me this far, and I just want to be around them. And, around Isaac and just listening to Isaac. Because Isaac's voice is the voice I'm listening to when I'm fighting. So I want to be listening to his voice and all that. Yeah,
okay.
It gets I'm not going to lie, it does get annoying when certain people come in and they're fucking half fucking cut with alcohol. And they're trying to talk to me. It's fuck off.
Plus, there's a certain magic that's in there you don't want to interrupt, right? There's a certain energy in there that you don't want to sort of disrupt the flow of what's happening in there, so it could take you, I don't know, just a second of it could take away your concentration, or... No,
I think the whole thing's just a process. As soon as I'm in the changing room, I'm just slowly warming up, taking my time. As soon as I get the robe on, I'm going out to fight, that's when the beast is in, flick the switch, because I'm nervous before fights. I get scared and stuff like that. But it's good. Like, it's good to be a bit nervous, and it's good to be a bit like frightened and that. But you know, like, that just makes me extra sharp. You know the reason why you feel nervous and you feel butterflies? It's your body prepping for war, because you got adrenaline pumping through your veins now. It's not just fucking white and red blood cells. You got adrenaline pumping through, and your body's prepping for war. So when I'm feeling that, I know I'm about to go to war, and I'm excited. And when I hop in the ring, I own that ring, you know? And then when I look at my guy in the eyes, I know I'm going to dominate that motherfucker. And that takes center over the ring. And then I know what's going to happen. I'm going to hurt him, and I'm going to win. So.
Because it's special seeing you. When you come out of there, and that song's playing on in the background, what's that song you play?
Sweet.
Yeah, Sweet, yeah. And then when you're in the ring, man, you're in character. Like,
Character. Well,
it's that person you put on the Renegade. That's
no, it's not Renegade. It's Mikhailovich. Andrei Mikhailovich.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, away from the gym and away from fighting, I'm just Andrei, just me. And I'm a family man, I'm a dad and all that shit. But when I hop in the ring, I allow myself to be a killer, you know, and I'm happy with that. Yeah. But, you know, when it's time to play, I'll come out and it's time to play.
And like the audience is totally focused in, you know? It's totally engaged.
Because they know what's going to happen. They know that it's going to be a mean fight. But I think, like I've said, I think 3 times, like, this fight's going to be different to my last fights. You're going to see different, interesting things. And like little, like cute little movements that you haven't necessarily seen before, like real minor stuff, but like 1%, man. 1%, if you do 1% 100 times, that's 100%. And like, you know, it's just, you're gonna see just different stuff, and it's gonna be cool. Even like, you know, I'm just excited to put on a show. But yeah, it's been a lot. Like, I've been a pro it'll be 3 years when I hop in the ring. I would have been a pro, and 14 fights in that. But you know, like, each year and each fight I've developed more and more. Like, I've had things happen in my life. I've gotten older. You know, I've done things with my life. Like, I'm the person I was when I turned pro is not the person I am now. It's like, sort of like, you got to think of it as like, I was 20 when I turned pro, and now I'm 23 and a half. So I'm just getting older and done shit with my life, and I'm a bit more mature.
So a lot's happened, eh? Like 2 kids, plus you're doing the engineering and it's a lot, man. It's I don't know whether people know, like, you know, the things you go through. Yeah,
well, like, it's like, well, I brought like a little 2-bedroom unit. I qualified my apprenticeship. I had 2 kids. You know, I've had to do like a 360 of how I view life. You know, like, certain people in my life I've had to say, you know, I can't have you around anymore, and certain people I've like brought closer. It's like, you know, like, look, okay, the best way, you know, when people go, how do you do it? It's like, bro, God gave me big shoulders for a reason, so I can carry the weight of this bullshit. And that's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're right, you've got to cut off certain people, man.
I do. Look, man, I deal with a lot of negative assholes in my life. Yeah. And I'm gonna actually get into this. I deal with a lot of negative motherfuckers, right? A lot of people say shit behind my back. A lot of people say this and that. Even the ones that are closest to you are sometimes the one that stab you in the back. Yeah. All right? But what you have to realize is that when people are being negative or wanting to say things, or even at work, I get a lot. The funny thing is with work, right, is like, I'm the middleweight champ, I'm the super welterweight champ, and I'm going all right with my boxing. I'm proud of what I've done with my boxing, right? It's very frustrating at work because they look at me as just a boxer. They don't look at me as an engineer. They don't ever rate my talent as an engineer, you know, and that's what really frustrates me sometimes. And it's all right, because at the end of the day, like, in my mind, boxing comes first 100% of the time. But like, it's just like,
no, I get you, man.
Yeah,
I actually do.
It's kind of like, man, you guys, you know, like, and it's funny, they make comments and stuff like that, and it's like, do you know who you're fucking with at the end of the day? Like,
you have no idea. Yeah.
Like, you don't know. Like, it's like, I'm a relatively nice guy in real life. I am. But like, there's a point, say, if you cross a certain line, like, bro, you don't really want to cross lines with me, because I won't end well. I'm not going to punch anyone in the mouth, but I am going to make sure they know their place. 100%.
It's a tough one, eh? Trying to make people see you, you know, as what you need to be seen. You know, like, I'm not just a boxer. Like, it's.
No, you know what? I don't really care how people view me. Yeah. There are certain people I care about, like my missus, my parents, and people in this gym.
That's the right mindset.
Yeah, but the way I think of it is like, if I wouldn't go for you for advice, I wouldn't care about what you're saying behind my back. Like, some of these people that say shit are actually just losers.
Correct.
Like, absolute fucking losers. And like, man, I wish I could name a name right now. I just
I know.
wish I could, but I'm not. But man, it is what it is, bro. It just makes me laugh, really.
I feel you, man. Like, I feel you.
In fact, I shouldn't even be talking about it because I'm just kind of like biting into this bullshit. I was like, shit. Why am I even bothering?
Look, sorry, look, I'm not trying to
it's
get
all
you in any trouble or anything
No,
at
you're
work or anything, but you know what? It's good you said it though, because I kind of relate to some of that.
Yeah, I hope people can relate. Look, if you're going through shit in your life, just know that like you're worth it, baby. You're worth it.
But that's true though. You are actually worth
Look,
it.
sometimes this is almost touching into mental health, but sometimes the hardest thing to do in the day is actually get out of bed. And I struggle with it. Like some nights my kids have been like horrific. Like baby Arturo, I love that boy so much, but man, that boy knows how to cry, and at the right times as well, and at the wrong times as well. So there are days when I don't want to train. There are days when I don't want to get out of bed. But like being stoic and being a man and being a father, like you just do it, bro. And like just fuck it. Like just send it. Like you'll survive. Like
That's it. Yeah, focus on yourself. That's it. That's all you
like
can do.
it's surprising how far your body will take you. Your mind will tell you, oh, this, that, but your body is pretty impressive in what it can do, man.
Yeah.
So
That's what I was talking with David Light about, like the mind, like like how do you train that,
how do I train my mind? I just know. Well, this is a good one because like before it was like when I was fighting before it was like blind faith, like I'm just a hard cunt, fuck it, send it. But now it's like I know 100% I put in the hard work. I know 100% I've done my dining probably. I know I'm sleeping well. I know I've got no issues, so I just know it's that security. But like, yeah, just believe. The big thing about life is just believing in yourself, no matter what anyone says. Like I've had a lot of people say a lot of things to me, and and you just go, all right, whatever. I'm just gonna do it my way anyway, and you do it, and fuck, it works. And it's kind of like when you see them, it's kind of like, what's up? So just believe in yourself.
That's it. Focus on yourself because you can't control everybody. You can't control what they think about you. You just got to do your thing.
You have to do your thing.
Yeah.
And no matter what it is, man, like I'm a boxer, but like if I wasn't a boxer, I'd maybe be a pilot or like I don't know what I'd do. But just backing yourself to the T and knowing who you are. Like to be honest, like there are days when I'm sparring, like I get my ass kicked in sparring. Like when you've got like one of the best cruiserweights in the world, and David, and one of the best amateurs in the world, well Jerome, and who's just turned pro, there are going to be days when I get my ass absolutely kicked. And like there's going to be nothing I can do, and maybe just that I'm having an off day and they're having a great day. But then it might be vice versa. I may come in and do really well, and they may have an off day. But you take your wins with your wins, you take your losses with your losses. But the thing is with the gym, it's about learning. And that's one thing I've only really learnt this year is like not everything is about being the hardest cunt in the gym. Like, bro, it's okay to be punched in the face. Accept it. Just learn from it. Like, when I'm working with Dave, Dave's the best person to work with because he's a lot bigger, he's a big, strong guy. But like me and him are working together, and we're working and we're looking at shit, and we have real like constructive run. When we're running, we have real constructive talks about what's working, what's not, how we're finding training and that. And Isaac has just been a massive, massive helping hand in it all because like we give Isaac feedback about how we're feeling. Isaac's awesome as well, so it's been really good.
Look, for me to come here, it's an honor just to watch. Like today, I was like, I was not expecting to see Andrei with David Light and Jerome. It's like you become a fan again. You're like, oh man, this is exciting to watch, dude.
That's cool. Yeah, well, I'm lucky to have two. Like I mainly train with Jerome and David.
Yeah.
And that's not taking away from the rest of the Peach fighters, but I trained with David and Jay the most, so I'll talk about them the most, just because I trained with them the most. And
Who's this Jay?
Jerome.
Oh, Jerome. Sorry, my
Nice
bad.
to
I was
Jay,
wondering who
yes.
Jay was. Okay, all right.
So it's like
Yeah.
syllables, Jerome, and then
my
Jay
bad.
is just Jay.
I was wondering. So I haven't interviewed Jay before.
No, Jay is Jerome.
Got
Just
it,
call
got
him Jay. And it's an honor for me to work with these talented fighters because like I always feel like I'm the little brother to them. They're older than me. They've both got tons of experience. I've got experience as well, but like always picking them brains. David is actually the main person I talk to about because David is. The thing is with Dave, and this is not blowing smoke up your ass. It's just because this is the truth. Yeah. The thing is with Dave, is Dave's a lot older than me. He's done a lot with his boxing, and there's always questions to ask him about what's working, what's not working. How do you feel in this situation? What do you do in this situation? And we've always been fucking fairly tight. Well, we're tight. I say we're tight. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. And like, we've always been just like, we've always talked about shit, but I've just recently, over like the last like 12 to 15 weeks, just picking his brain about everything boxing. What do you do in this situation? Why is that? Why is this? Because like, I'm following in his footsteps, you know, I'm the little brother to him, just watching and learning, you know, and I'm proud to be a part of it all, and it's awesome, man. As much as I'm my own man and I do my own shit, and like, you know, I'm Andrei Mikhailovich in that, I'm still in the gym, I'm still a baby, and I'm still developing in that. This is not like the midpoint in my career, this is like the very beginning. And even though I've had 14 fights, I don't really worry about how many fights I've had, because like, it's all for the bigger picture, and right now I'm just training for the bigger picture.
You know what, that means you're a sponge, like you're still learning, right? Like you've not just said, hey, I guess what, I'm Andrei Mikhailovich, I know it all. Like you're still asking questions.
Well, yeah, that only really came at the start of this year. When
really?
like,
Okay.
yeah, because like, everyone has egos, especially fighters, okay?
Yeah.
And like,
You have to.
yeah, and like my ego, and the issue, what I've kind of learned is I always brought my ego into sparring, and I was always like, nah, I'm the toughest cunt here.
Because today something was different. I could see a change in the sparring.
Yeah, well, today it's because I've done a lot of rounds this week, and even though we're sparring, and Jay and Dave are going pretty fucking hard, like, not every day I need to fucking go 100%.
Yeah.
Some days I just want to work on shit and try. The thing is, today I was just trying shit and just fucking around and like, not necessarily fucking around, but just trying different things, not trying to go bananas. But I just try and leave my ego at the front door and learn when I'm here. My ego is when I fight. You just bring that alter ego out and whatever. But in the gym, just learn and just be, you know, I'm really interested with boxing. Like, I'm just, it's almost like I fell in love with the art of boxing and not just being a fucking prize fighter. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference. Being a professional boxer, an actual professional sharp boxer, and just a fighter, you know? So that's what I've really fell in love with recently. And that's why I'm saying you're going to see a different version of me. Yeah. I'm not going to be swinging wild haymakers. Everything's going to be tight and sharp.
Hey, I'm looking forward to it. Like, I'm looking forward to it. And not too much loading up and a little more. Yeah.
Well, look, if I have to load up because I see an opportunity or an opening, I'll load up. And I'm not, you know, like, or if I need to, like, fucking, I don't know, like move around. Like, it'll depend on what's happening on the night, but you're just going to see, like, it's going to just be like a upgraded, like, fucking, instead of the iPhone 4, it'll be like the iPhone 11, kind of. That's the best way to describe it. Or like a fucking, it'll just be instead of like a 80s Corvette, it'll be like a 2020 Corvette.
Hey, looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it. Do you discuss politics much with Dave Light?
Throw me some politics questions and I'll answer the best I can. Go on, chuck me something.
All right. How do you think Biden's doing in his first term?
Okay, Biden. How do I think he's doing? Look, on the political spectrum myself, I'd sit center right because the way I view the world is like if the country's going good with good like money behind us and we're actually producing product that creates jobs and that creates opportunity, right? Like, I'm not really one that's for handouts. Okay, I can understand like if someone's in a bad situation, it's like a pit stop. You help them out, but you get them back on their feet and they keep moving. Okay, you're not gonna just let them. Oh, it's okay, baby. We'll just pat your back. It's okay. Just stay there and do nothing. I think with politics, like, you need to have a strong economy with like lots of jobs and creating like products and things that people can be consumed and sold overseas and that. But I think he's going all right. But I think building an economy and actually get people into work is probably the best way to go.
What do you think of like last bullet? What do you think of Trump? Like, not that he's forget about the politics, but I'm like. The guy's like an older man, and Trump, and like everybody in the world hates him, but he still sort of walks it off like it doesn't matter. I mean, is there something that's there to be admired about him?
Well, he's either a bad motherfucker or deluded. Yeah. There's not really like, you know, when you know the thing, you're either brave or stupid. Like, there's a real fine line between bravery and stupidity. And I don't know what part he is. I don't know if he doesn't give a fuck. Or he just doesn't, he's delusional. I don't know. But like, I think Trump had a lot of plus points. Like, he did a lot of good shit. But everybody just wants to look at the negatives. You know what the worst thing in this world is social media and people being negative cunts. The amount of shit I see where people are just being like, if you're feeling weak, stay home and watch Netflix.
Safe space.
Shut the fuck up. Don't be weak, bro. I'm not into weak people, you know, and I try to surround myself with real strong people, and the influences in my life was like David Goggins, Jocko Willink, all that kind of shit, you know. Isaac's a tough dude. My best mate's tough. strong. I like strong people, like sturdy people that have like a stoic strength in them. You know, like I'm not here to come to the gym and cry and be on my period. I'm here to actually work and be tough, man. So it is what it is, man. I think. But in saying that, I also leave it's kind of like fucking it's almost kind of like catch me too, because when I walk into the door, I'm not going to have a massive ego either. I'm going to just try and just be a sponge. But you still have to be hard. Like, you still have to be tough. Like, this boxing shit. And even life in general, like, the reason I think people succeed is because, like, as soon as someone walks into adversity, and I've seen it a lot, is like, as soon as people get into adversity, they're like, nah, fuck this shit. Like, bro, adversity is what you need because it creates character, and character is what creates man. So, you know, I think it's like the process. It's like good times create soft times create hard times create hard men create good times create soft men. It's like a cycle. So you just gotta be try and stay like tough and like not fall into like all the bullshit in there. Like, I'm very lucky with who I am, because I'm not a drinker, I'm not a smoker, I don't go out, I go to bed early, I'm responsible with my eating, I'm responsible as a father, I'm responsible as a partner, I'm good with work, and I'm good with training. I'm very, like, you know, obviously every now and then, in between fights, I have my moments where I relax in that, and I like eat what I want to eat, and do what I want to do, and just be 23, but like, away from that, when I'm a fighter, engineer, and a dad, I'm very strict with how I do my shit. Like, I can have a laugh and I can have fun, but there's a time and a place for everything. Yeah.
Dude, man, what more can be said? Andrei Mikhailovich, looking forward to your fight. Looking forward to, as you said, we're gonna see something different, you know. And yeah, man, it's Sky City. Tune in.
Thank you.
All right.
Tune in, everybody.
Thank you.